TGIF is about to start setting up all the things right now, making sure it's all working because there's nothing worse than when it's not working. Okay, let me go public on my Facebook profile and then we'll check the page real quick. We always have to check this tech, especially during Mercury retrograde, just to make sure that everything is all happening, that is working. If you are there and watching, please say hello so that I know that you are here. I see several of you watching. But let me know, how do we sound? Hey, Karen, yay. Welcome. You're always here. I love it. Angela, New Zealand. Good morning in New Zealand to you. Is it sounding okay? Hey, Karen. Oh, goodness, we've got like a little crowd gathering. So, wow. Well, welcome everyone. It's going to be, I'm really excited because hi, Marianne. Thank you for coming. Happy Friday. Everybody's kind of coming on in, and we are multi-streaming on my Facebook page, my Facebook personal, and on YouTube. So wherever you're coming from, thank you. Good. It's always good to do a sound check. Again, during Mercury retrograde. It's a thing. My tech went so crazy that I spent the entire day. Hi, Krista. Oh my gosh. Hey, Richard. Oh, this is so great that we're gathering steam. So, and I'm going to be reading some of this today. So sorry, I have notes. I am not one of those, I can memorize all this stuff. So welcome everyone to TGIF weekly live stream. And it's good morning, it's good afternoon, it's good early evening, depending on where you are in the world. We are coast to coast. We are country to country. So welcome to this TGIF for the Curious and Enlightened. I am your host, Debbie Taitel from Spirit Light Insight. It's been a few weeks since I did my last wrap up, because last weekend I was at a storytelling retreat. It was incredible and amazing, and I learned from some amazing folks some things about how to tell personal narrative stories. So that's where I was all last weekend. So welcome back to TGIF. This week we're going to truly end your week on a high note when we welcome psychic pianist John Saxon, my friend and colleague, and I'm so excited that he's here. I had this on my mind like for a few weeks, and then he ended up accidentally, like, there's no coincidences in psychic stuff, but he accidentally popped on the week that I was like, I have to call John. And that particular TGIF a couple weeks ago, then John popped on and he said, hey, Debbie, how are you? And I thought, this is amazing, right? This is how it works. It's like the telepathy, right? That's actually called narrowband telepathy, where we connect with somebody and we can communicate with them on an energetic level. So as people are coming on, and actually I'll talk to John about this, but we've got a Mercury retrograde. So whatever happens during this live stream, it is not my fault. And even though I hate to blame, I hate blaming Mercury retrograde. I hate it. I tell everyone not to blame Mercury retrograde. It's just a cycle. It's just a thing. But yet it goes haywire, and I was screaming at Mercury all day long. It is Mercury's fault. So there we are. My mother just figured out how to say hi on here. Hi, Mom. Which, yeah, I'm super excited. My mom is here. Everybody's here. So before I go into the questions, because I think John will have an opinion on this, maybe once or twice, but I am for sure gonna read this because it is absolutely my pleasure and delight to welcome and introduce psychic pianist John Saxon. John graciously accepted my invitation to join us. I don't think he's done this many. He does have a YouTube channel. I'm going to give you all his information as well. But John calls himself a psychic pianist. He intuits and contemporaneously plays the musical truth that every person constantly broadcasts. He's been playing these piano readings both in person and online since 2007. John was born and raised in Texas, and his studies and interests have varied widely from mathematics to Japanese to classical piano to computer programming to intuition development, psychic perception. And John lives in Franklin, Indiana, with his wife, Debra, who is somewhere in the background meditating. So, hi, Debra. But you can find, we're going to get to all his stuff, but if you want to find out more about piano readings, you can go to pianoreadings.com. But for now, please put your hands together wherever you are in the world for John Saxon. Woo! Welcome, John.
Hello, Debbie. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to
Oh,
be
you're
here.
welcome. How are you doing today? Because we got all the things happening, like the tech. Even it made you reset your password today, didn't it?
Oh, it's been a roller coaster. I've had a roller coaster for weeks, I tell you what.
I bet. I bet most of us have. Well, to let you all know, John and I know each other from a psychic community that we both belong to, and it's been several years now. And honestly, I had kind of toyed with it because I knew he did these readings, but boy, I went to his YouTube channel. I was just blown away by kind of the whole thing and what you do. But have you noticed how all the updates and everything have come through on the computer, like your Chrome and your iPhone, or I don't even know if you have those things, but on all the things. So all the updates are coming through, and it's taking a really long time to do everything. And we are talk about having to check and recheck. So that's the kind of the Mercury retrograde cycle. But what are your thoughts on Mercury retrograde? I mean, I tell people don't blame Mercury retrograde, just work with it and relax and review and rejuvenate. But what's your take on it?
Yes, well, I should start by saying that I come to astrology generally as an outsider and was starting my psychic life or my intuitive perception life coming from an extremely analytical and quote unquote scientific worldview much earlier on. What never had a feel from the beginning with respect to astrology. So, coming from the outside, generally speaking, my comments can be taken in that vein. Now, with respect to Mercury retrograde, um, I tend to sense when things are just not going well and I just need to back off and say, all right, well, it looks like we're just not going to get that done. And if I really press hard, I'm going to get more resistance. I'll bet there's a Mercury retrograde going on. So I end up not knowing when Mercury retrograde hits. And then when something bad, or not bad, but when I have one of these resistance kind of episodes, I think, Um, now, the second thought I have about Mercury retrogrades is that much like, here in the Midwest, we have a deep winter and that calls us within to do more ruminating and do more manifesting work in preparation for the spring and the summer. In the same way, I think of Mercury retrograde like this, that if we plan ahead for, yeah, you're going to have some resistance. that trying to output all of the time is not really our best rhythm as spiritual human beings, that we need a time for repose and a time for putting it out there. And that
Oh,
Mercury,
that's really important.
yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but that's really, really important what you just said. We as human beings. Could you repeat that for those in the back?
Yes, we as human beings have a time for repose and a time for putting things out there. And the Mercury retrograde helps to give us a signal. It's time, draw back a bit. And then when it's over, all right, go for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that'll make sense. Once again, coming from an outsider's perspective, but that's kind of how my perspective has evolved.
Yeah, but that's the best way. Like I never really was into too much astrology stuff. I mean, I would, read my horoscope and I knew certain things when there's a full moon or, whatnot, but I never really tied anything in. And what I started noticing is, let's just say, the uncanny coincidences. That's the only way I can say it,
Mhm.
between what was going on in astrology and what I was seeing. Like this past week, the energy was very ungrounded and chaotic. I mean, this is TGIF, a weekly wrap up. So we definitely want to kind of at least say hello to the energies that we experienced. And I would say that some of that really had a lot to do with it, right? Is this kind of chaotic. But I don't know how you're finding the energy. Like, what's your read on the energy from this past week, real quick? Because I just saw a lot of chaos. And back to sort of the astrology part, um, is that, like, I would read it and then the astrology would be off.
Hmm.
Or I would get on one of these. I mean, I've been doing kind of these sort of radio shows or things like that with other psychics, and they would only be doing numerology, and my energy read and their numerology would mesh, which is pretty amazing. But this week's energy was just super chaotic, and just the influences, and even I, who don't usually resist these things, yeah, like even I went in a deep resistance to all of it. Richard says, so it's like bad weather. It's only bad if we don't prepare and dress for it. And actually, yeah, that's true. Um, that's actually very true. Although I will say this, and you're right, there is I suppose we can judge weather as good or bad. Jo- John, John and Deborah recently had a bit of a thing with the weather, uh, leading into what happened, John.
Yes, well, this was back on the 31st of March, when storms came through both the Indiana and the Chicago area, and a lot of the South was affected too. A tornado took a tree and threw it onto our home, and we lost a room up on the second floor. And that unleashed within me a whole set of well, I guess you could call it energies, but a lot of times they'll call it PTSD.
Hmm,
Things
hmm.
like now I'm not feeling quite as safe in my house by myself like I used to.
Or
Um,
like you thought you were.
yeah, or thought, yeah, that's a good point, or thought that I was. There'll be sudden panic attacks or sudden overwhelms of depression. And as a psychic and a healer, my job is to recognize, oh, wow, look at that. I've got all this stuff coming up.
Mhm.
But when it is that intense, it's really difficult to find your space. You get caught up in the emotion, and it starts to clench up tight within in your chest and in your stomach. And much of my experience over the last month since then has been all about trying to give that clench space to be. Does that sound
Excellent.
familiar?
Yes. Yes, I, do meditations on here. But for everybody that's listening, really that's some amazing advice to give, is to let something just kind of be and let it unravel, as it will. Krista said strongest solar storm of the year happened this week. Oh, well, that's interesting. As I was talking about the chaotic energy, that would stir up energy when we've got solar storms,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's going to affect the earth and our grounding and everything. And Karen just heard your story and she said, sorry that happened.
Thank you, Karen.
But, here's the thing too is, well, this was crazy because I remember sending you a message because he posted a picture of it on Facebook and I thought it was an April Fool's joke for a minute, but I know John. And so then I knew it was absolutely not an April Fool's joke. I was like, oh my God. And I messaged him. But then it was interesting because I saw a whole bout of creativity coming from you after that. Because was that before you were playing all your Lenten readings for Lent, and then you played the tree falling on the house, like that was part of your healing process? Tell
Yes.
me about that.
Yes. So I had done quite a bit ahead of time, and I wonder if Spirit might not have known that there was something going to be coming down, because for about the last month prior to the accident, the tree falling on the house, I was putting out, stuff for Lent, stuff for Ramadan, music for grounding. Um, and it was just welling up, and I just had to play and I had to record. And then the event took place, and I did several piano readings to try and help me process. I went ahead and recorded and put them out. Others of them I haven't. I'm afraid they're a bit too dissonant for the common ear to try to digest.
Yeah.
Yes, for a good week after that, then I began putting those out and working with the tree, working with the house, and especially working with myself to try and process.
Yeah. And it's just so interesting because processing can happen in so many different ways. It can be meditating and all of that. And for those of you who are on YouTube, if you look at the description section, all John's information is there, as well as a virtual tip jar if you want to support this stream and support this channel. And I'll be posting it in the comments and the chat shortly. But John what's your website again? Wait a second, I have it here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, John's YouTube channel is at Piano Readings by John Saxon 4559. Yes, I grabbed the new link that you made, and then the piano. Where are the? Oh, here it is. I put it all on here, and his website is pianoreadings.com, which I'm forever like, that is how he got that. I don't know. And so get your questions ready for John, but would you all like to hear, we're gonna see if we can't like kill some tech right here. Let's get some real tech stuff going. But let me see. Let's see here. Oh, that's going to be before the readings. But let's John has a grounding meditation that I thought would be nice to share. So let's see if the tech works. And if it works, yay! Yay! Because I'm new at this sharing thing, but let's see if it works. Because it's absolutely beautiful, and you'll get a sense for what John does. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. What did you all think of that? I love that one. I know you sent me the other one, but that one was so beautiful and grounding. And so I'm curious, how did everybody else feel about that? It takes there is a little bit of a delay here on some of this, so we'll see. How did that sound? That was beautiful. That's for my mom. Mom loves you, Karen. Karen's clapping. My mom's in there. I love it. My mom's even using like heart emojis. This is amazing. And Karen says beautiful.
Yeah. So you might have noticed that was title number 3. I have a series of 5 for Monday through Friday. If you'd ever like to go onto my YouTube channel and play one each morning, they're sort of a different kind of coffee or a different kind of morning tea to start your day. Just a minute long, each of them.
Yeah, that was just like 55 seconds. I think that one. It was so beautiful, and it really. I think that's great. And Krista said it reminds her of Reiki music. And the reason I'm reading these is because everybody's coming in from different places. So if you're on YouTube, you can't see the comments from Facebook, and if you're on Facebook, you can't see the comments from YouTube. But Krista said it reminds her of Reiki music. Energy work and music together is awesome. I agree. Marianne loves it. Mom, you're getting a go, 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 mom from Karen. What did I love you, Richard. I would clap, but I'm not sure how to do it here. it's just it's just a clapping emoji. Um, and Krista said she's going to look for it. I like to listen every night. Oh, she's got Krista has the most adorable little guinea pigs you've ever seen. They are so freaking cute. And let me put up your so for the YouTube channel, and John has all his information, all the information's on YouTube. I will get this all posted in the comments in about a minute or something like that. But if you go to YouTube, you can put John Saxon piano readings, because there's an actor or something. Isn't there an actor or a
Yeah, by the name of John Saxon.
by
Yeah.
the name is, yeah, so you have to put in piano readings. But if you go to YouTube and you put in at piano readings by John Saxon 4559, then you'll be able to. And let me see if I can add this. All right, we're going to see how absolutely talented I am or not. Not because I just hit paste instead of copy. Um, that is not what I wanted to do there. Hang on. Let's see. Copy. Yes, I wiped out yours and I put in mine. And let's hey, Carol. Nice to see you. So Carol's on here. Oh, yeah. I don't even know how to put an avatar on there. That's so fun. All right, let's see if I can. I'm going to put the can't post messages to some channels. I don't know which one it can. It looks like it posted on YouTube.
Yes.
That darn Facebook.
I see the link on my end.
On Facebook?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, on the
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but it doesn't like. Sorry, Facebook folks. I can come and add that later to your chat, so you can come back. But yeah, we can. I can leave it up here. There we go. Is this John? Is this on your website too? Your all your connections? Are you all connected up there?
Yes. My Facebook and YouTube are linked from pianoreadings.com.
Okay. So this could be super easy. Pianoreadings.com. Again, kudos for even securing that particular very simple and lovely URL.
URL. Yeah.
So So what, because I want to ask you some questions about your process. And one of the reasons that I was thinking about doing this and why you came to mind is, and I'm going to leave that up for a minute, and let's see if I can add this. We have all the things. It's just very fun sometimes. So, once upon a time when I was teaching at a psychic school, we were doing readings en masse at like a huge holistic fair here in Chicago. I don't remember which one it was, but one of the bigger fairs here in Chicago. And I came about a guy when I was on break who played my aura. And every time I listened, because in those days it was all a tape and, he's on a portable keyboard and all of that. And every time I listened, it's like it resonated with my soul. It resonated with every fiber in my being. And I could see the colors just as well, being psychic. That's what happens. I hear sound, I see color. And so as that would happen, and then if I was really agitated or stressed out at night, I would pull out that tape and I would listen to it before I went to bed. I mean, I would meditate, but I would pull out that tape and listen to it because it just seemed to resonate like that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of similar when you do this? And what is your process when you are going to read somebody?
Yes, yes. So when I read someone, we first talk a little bit about exactly what the piano reading should be about. So the generic one would be, let's do a musical transcription of exactly who your soul is right now, right here, and then we can talk about interpreting some of the music. However, sometimes folks have said, I'd really like some focus in on my relationship space or my financial space, and I'd like the music to do healing for that, please. I've had requests like, one fellow who had been in the Vietnam War said, my piece of steel in my right knee really hurts today. Can we have music that just focuses on healing for that? I've had a married couple come and say, we'd like a piano reading about our 21 years together, and we'd like the music to be about that. And it was so sweet. So we first narrow that down. Then, once we have set the intention, then I go into meditation and allow the music to come to me from the source. And as you have described earlier, they're broadcasting it all the time, 24/7. The music is always going. I just need to tune into it and then start playing what comes to me. And it will come via hearing, but also positioning of the hand. So there's a visual component to it, and
Oh,
also what the cadence should be. Is this a fast moving? Is this slow moving? That will actually come to my gut. And so putting the three of those together in kind of a composite video, if you will, is what generates then the music that comes out.
oh, how fun. That's amazing. So, and then how is it going to help someone when they hear that play? Is it similar to my experience or
Yes. So the music knows exactly what healing needs to take place. Now, generally, when a person hears the music that is intended for them, there is all sorts of resonance that can go on. Depending upon what the healing music is trying to do, some folks will feel the goosebumps, some will feel a buzz coming up. Some will feel a deep calm. So there's lots of different kinds of resonances. In one exceptional case, I've had someone feel a little bit sick to the stomach when the healing was coming in, as most energy healings do. Every now and then, that will also hit the fan, so to speak.
yeah, it's not always smooth sailing, but just to give you some things
Right.
of what's happening out there in YouTube land here. Krista just subscribed to your channel, so she'll
Woo!
be taking
Thank you.
care, listening to your meditations and things. And Karen said that's amazing, so exciting. And so I should probably say, since we're like that half hour mark and I'm actually learning how to do this whole thing, that I'm Debbie Taitel from Spirit Light Insight Clairvoyant Readings. And I can be reached at spiritlightinsight.com for readings and meditations. Where am I? Oh, that's the wrong thing, but that's okay. I can be reached at spiritlightinsight.com. It's all at the top. And you can either say it one of two ways, Spirit Light Insight or Spirit Light Insight. Whichever, you can find me there. And of course, coming on here. And I am here with psychic pianist John Saxon of pianoreadings.com. And we've got some readings coming up. But if you would like to help support this channel, if you're on YouTube, one of the first things at the bottom is a virtual tip jar. And for those of you who are using Venmo, you're welcome to still use Venmo, but I made it a whole lot easier so that if you don't live here or Venmo is not available in your area, you can do it via Square Up just on a credit card. So like I said, I'm getting better at this. And for those of you on Facebook, I will give you the direct link for that, for the virtual tip jar. And thank you in advance if you decide to do that. It's much appreciated. Richard, I've often wondered if we're drawn to listen to music that our soul needs, like we're drawn to eat foods with nutrients and our bodies require. That's for you, John.
Yes, I think that our spiritual health has an awful lot to do with that. And so I think your observation is spot on. What I find is that the music, when it is played, as opposed to, say, doing a reading for someone, an individual who's receiving a reading will have the option of saying, no, I'm not going to pay attention to this, because words have this logical component, and people can resist words and say, no, I'm not going to go with your advice. But the advice that's in the healing music that I play isn't something that the conscious mind can say, oh no, I'm not going to do that, because you don't actually know what it is that it's wanting you to do. It does an end around the conscious mind. The music goes right to where the healing needs to be. And when your intuition draws you to certain music, Richard, I think exactly the same thing happens. The soul knows the healing that it needs to have and is drawn to that music.
And I'm going to add something here because it's something you were talking about, all the intellectual and all of that. And
Oh, yes.
words in some ways are super intellectual, right? And so they land at an intellectual level. Like I might say something and somebody might hear it differently than, through their filters and all of that.
Right.
Music, on the other hand, that's going to be a little bit different because that is speaking in vibration and pictures already.
Mm-hmm.
It takes so isn't it interesting that you, the intellectual, are doing these piano readings that are all about just the image or the vibration and where that goes? Did you ever actually, I could see by your face, it's like, wait, yeah.
Yeah. No, the irony is never lost on me whenever I start to do this. Because I'm always exuding this professorial kind of energy, and then I sit down and do this playing and subscribe to this idea of energy and kind of discarding the intellect in favor of speaking directly to the soul. It's really something.
It really is something. See, I think I chose rightly here. There's no question. So well, we're going to do piano readings in just a second, and we're going to start. I don't even know, Mom, are you still there, Mom? Because we're going to start with you, Mom. But right before we jump in, I love this quote. There's a famous quotation from, and I hope I pronounce it right, William Congreve. Uh, and it has a lot more truth to it than I bet he even realized 400 years ago. And the quote is, "Music hath charms to soothe the savage beast, to soften rocks or bend the knotted oak." And I just, while I was preparing for this, that just kept on coming up in my soul. So I went and I pulled it up to just kind of see what that was. But we are here with psychic pianist John Saxon, and we are going to open things up for live readings. I do want to share with you what John has on his YouTube, because I just love what he wrote there. So as we go into this, but John Saxon's intuition and improvisational virtuosity brings the music that is you into his extemporaneous musical excursions. John's piano readings are musical interpretations of the energy a person, relationship, or situation is broadcasting at the moment. It is the music of the soul, as John has been saying. So he directs his attention to the subject of the reading and just allows himself to go through the process and feel what's going on an energetic level. I'm paraphrasing, and then translates those feelings, his intuition, into this musical piece. So as the music is heard, it opens a way to illumination and unexpected avenues of exploration. So with that, shall we start with my mama?
Sounds good.
Okay. And let me know how this is sounding out there. And because we've definitely got people here. We've got Karen and Marianne kind of in queue. So, but I can manage that from here.
Okay, very good. So this is for Debbie's mom, Vivian. Here we
Vivian.
go.
That was lovely.
All right.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful, and I realized I forgot to thank Richard for that wonderful question as that was coming up. But thank you so much. We've got a couple other folks who are making themselves known. So how about? So did you have anything? So do you ever say anything like about it after you play it, or is I'm just because I haven't seen the process.
Oh,
But mom says I love that.
once in a while, I am given to say things as well. In this case, I'm not given anything in particular to say. Every now and then, I am given something to say as spirit leads, but not for this one at this point. We'll see if others come up.
Okay. Carol is saying, beautiful, gotta run. Love you guys. Love you back. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Carol.
Okay, next up, we've got Karen. I would love to have a general reading, John, in regards to my soul.
Okay. And I should emphasize these short 1-minute readings are, of course, very abbreviated. I do much longer ones in private consultation with clients, but this gives you an idea of how this process works. Okay, so Karen, physical healing. Sorry, no, no, no. Karen, yes, general reading in regards to the soul. Here we go.
Yes.
Oh, very interesting. It appears that the music is deliberately ended with anticipation, like there's something coming quickly. It very definitely did not end in a consonant chord. So very interesting. I wonder how that corresponds.
So would you say something big is coming for
It,
her, or it's ending? I'm
uh,
just curious.
yes, no, my sense is that there is a fairly big decision that a lot hinges on. That's the way the music seems to be describing it, because there were two themes interweaving. One was kind of, well, two themes interweaving, and each of them were kind of uh, vying for a place in the soul. And behind the scenes, I could tell with especially the rumblings down in the bass, a decision was coming that would allow for the expression of both. And so far, they really haven't had a chance to fully express themselves in your life. And once this decision is made, then the rest of that will start to roll out in fairly short order.
Excellent. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, for those of you coming and going, I'm Debbie Taitel from Spirit Light Insight Clairvoyant Readings, classes, mentoring, and all of that. And I'm here with psychic pianist and my friend, John Saxon. We're doing some live piano readings. So, if you want a reading, please let us know, make yourself known. Um, and perhaps you'll get a reading, or if you want a reading from me, you just let me know. Next up is Marianne Spellman. May I please have a piano reading for a physical healing?
All right. Very good.
I will actually leave that up for just a second. And welcome my friend Michael Arrington. And Emily, just sit tight, we will absolutely get to you, but for now we'll do Marianne.
All right. Marianne, physical healing. Here we go.
Physical healing, yes. Beautiful. Any message with that one?
No, nothing with that one. That seems to be a stay the course kind of thing, and very much just accept the healing that comes in the music.
There you go, Marianne. Thank you. Just accept the healing that comes with the music. Let's see here. Uh, we're giving shout outs. My friend Michael's here. Emily's here. Emily would love a reading. Let's see. I'm going in order of how I get these. So Emily, this is going to be just a general. She's welcome, Emily. She is on our YouTube. These are all so beautiful. Anything with this one?
This one seems to be about grief. There is an outpouring. There seems to be an outpouring of grief from Emily, and the music is all about helping you to acknowledge and continue to be with it. That you are seen for the loss that you have had and validated for that loss. And you don't need to take any minimization from anyone about this. You may be with your grief. It's okay.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Emily, you can respond. I'm cruising through these things. Marianne said, that's beautiful. Thanks so much. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. Michael Arrington would like a reading on stress, but I'm taking these in order. So, but I promise, see, I knew you'd be a busy guy today. So I'm Debbie Taitel from Spirit Light Insight Clairvoyant Readings here with psychic pianist John Saxon of pianoreadings.com. His information, if you're on YouTube, is in the description and it's in the thread here somewhere. And Michael, you are never late to the party. You are arriving at exactly the right time when you are supposed to. And I'm just thrilled you got my message because I sent him a message saying, get on here for a reading. So, okay, Krista would love a general reading. So she's the one who subscribed.
Okay, Krista, here we go.
Okay, can I just say that was so awesome and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. But that is actually sometimes how I perceive this happy woman. So, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, this seems to be a celebration of a whimsical and very playful and energetic person, and I was very happy to read that.
Yes, yes, and Krista. Okay, so I have to get this right. Krista just did a vegan bodybuilding competition and won. So
Wow.
she still is in celebration mode, and I just wanted to share that. She can post on here. Wait a second. Here, there's a whole thread. Okay, so she said, "Wow, this makes me seem happier than I feel right now."
Oh, I'm very pleased. That's
But it
wonderful.
makes me happy to hear that. So that's what is happening, kind of as he's playing. And it really is beautiful. And just honestly, with that one, the minute you started playing right then, I was like, oh my God, that's Krista in her celebration of her, win and all of that. Cause that's really quite something to have that space. So who is next? And we're going to do Richard and then Michael. Hang out. We're going to get to everybody. I think we're going to get to. Can we get to everybody, John?
Yes.
Not okay. So just a quick. Um, you can find John on YouTube for some of these. You can hear some of his interpretations, I guess, and readings on current events. He's done healings for I've seen like the school shootings
Mhm.
and all kinds of different things that he has on there for healing music. And this is his interpretation. So you can find him on YouTube at Piano Readings by John Saxon 4559. And that was, I just wanted to kind of get to that blurb. Let's see, where is Richard? Oh my gosh, I can't even find. This is so great. I am having so much fun here. I hope you are all having fun because this is super fun. So Richard says he'd appreciate a general reading of his soul if that's possible. Yes, Richard, it is not only possible, but it is right happening now. Lovely.
Wow.
What
So
you
I
got for Richard?
about this one. Um, Richard, this music seems to indicate the multifaceted nature of your soul, that there are many different pieces of it that ordinarily when a person takes a personality test, they think, okay, yeah, we'll pigeonhole you here, 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 and here, and here. And this is not that kind of thing. It's like you're an introvert who loves to speak in front of large audiences. I mean, those usually don't go together, right? You're that kind of person with all these different facets all coming together. And I would not be surprised if folks find you hard to read because, yeah, I don't know how he's going to react when I tell him, that. So that's what I'm given to say to you about the music.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is so great. See, welcome to TGIF, everyone. TGIF weekly wrap up for the curious and enlightened, right? Where we are wrapping up the week. And what an amazing way to wrap up the week. And we're going to continue on here, but this is just an amazing way to wrap up the week is with this beautiful music, because I think we all resonate. We all have what's called matching pictures. Those of you who are on here, so each of us has a little bit and piece from each and every piece that John played today. Yeah. So we're all getting a healing. It's not just that person, it's everybody. And I'm just holding space. I'm just here holding space for whatever happens. And I think Deborah's in the background, yeah, holding space too. I think she's in the background holding space. And so thank you, Deborah. As I said, someone's got a ground in the background. And oh, here's a shout out to my very old and dear friend, Kurt Wilson. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. He's a musician out in California. Um, let's just say we hung out like 40 years ago, a long time ago, maybe more. Just a long time ago, we hung out. So, Kurt, thank you so much for being here. And so, without further ado, it is Michael's turn. Michael, the host who has me on all the time, and he's here, and Michael's doing some super big things, and he's doing a lot of writing, and he's got a big move coming up. I'm giving you a little background that he puts out there, so it's not you know but yeah, a stress healing for Michael.
Okay.
My dear. Oh, what you got for Michael, who
Well,
says XOXO all the way around?
yeah, Michael, that was the most active playing I've done in a long time. Um, there was other music that was being asked of me that wouldn't fit into two hands. So there's an awful lot going on. Um, the message, though, seems to be to listen to the music and take it in and allow it to be a mirror for you and to help you see what is next for helping to reduce the stress, what steps you need to take along those lines. But take the music in. That's the biggest message out of this.
The main thing. So, yep, that's sometimes we have to do that. Well, let me get to some of these comments as everyone is processing. So Karen says that's beautiful. I'm not sure when that came in. I'm sorry. I am multitasking like I have never done before, and the comments are coming in so fast. Richard, who had the reading, said, "Wow, that's so cool. Thanks." I'll skip over. Michael was kind of scared at the moment, but he has a ton of stuff going on. Like
It sure
so
sounds
many,
like it.
so part of so I'm going to add a little energy read to that, because I was listening, but then when you kind of gave that sort of rich, there was so much coming in, it was more than two hands. That is absolutely what's going on with Michael right now. There's so much going on that even he doesn't have two hands. And so when I looked at the energy as you were talking about that, I thought, oh, maybe we just need to break things down one thing at a time instead of multitasking, grounding each one of those things. And Michael, my friend, my darling, I will absolutely help you with that on a phone call later, if you like. Richard also added, that makes sense. I'm an old soul who's very introverted, but do open up when I'm with kids. I work in a school.
Ah, okay.
Not that we have to prove anything when we do these readings, but that's so lovely to get that validation. And Krista was saying, love it. Michael's going, wow, oh my God, over here. Um, uh, So if you're liking what is happening, we've got a virtual tip jar. You can either send Venmo. I can put this up. If you're not on your phone, you can actually support this stream with a virtual tip. You can point your phone to that QR code and do all that. Everything is greatly appreciated to keep the stream going. Um, it's all, every little bit helps, no matter how much it is, and I appreciate it. You have no idea. And I should also, say that I am available for readings. What happened to my live sales? They're gone. Oh well. We set up these things. It's Mercury retrograde. Michael says, thank you, John. And here we are. But yes, there's a virtual tip jar for you. It's actually on my link tree as well. I can show this to you, but it's kind of complicated to write down. So what can I say? I can show it, but it's a little complicated. But you can find it on the YouTube. You can message me, whatever you want to do, and we'll figure it out. Let's see here. Krista came back with, overwhelm and not enough time to get things done seems to be a theme of the year. I hear it from many people. Yes, because that is how the energy is. It's got that hurry up and wait energy to it. It's got, golly, so much over. I mean, even for me, I don't even know where to stop sometimes. That piece, and now I've just started having to do, okay, I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and this is the order that it needs to get done, and hopefully it gets done. It seems to do. My phone took it a while, and yes, the QR code, yes, I can put that up. There you go. Thank you so much. I can leave that up for a minute. Michael says copy and paste. Yes, I will copy and paste. I know. I've been copying and pasting. Let's see. So if you want to get me on, hang on one second.
While you're doing that, I want to say that hurry up and wait has been the theme of my month for sure.
I think all of us.
All of you I see on the chat are expressing that kind of sentiment.
Yeah. And that's really, all we can do is stick together. And by the way, I created a new virtual tip jar, so I'm posting it again. Hopefully you'll be able to just link it. It'll be linked in the comments. Hopefully it'll show up somewhere on or message me on one of the channels, and I'll get it to you. But yeah, that hurry up and wait has been just insane. And I don't even know. Marianne says, must leave. Great show. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner. If I don't have Square, I have Zelle. Yes, I will. I can message you. I think you can use my phone number. I don't know if you have my phone number, but I will get that to you. But if you want, if you do Venmo, anyone who does Venmo, my Venmo, let's see. There's so much here. If you want a Venmo tip, you have to send it to @Debra-Taitel.
Oh, there you go.
At Venmo. That's an easy one. So you just go into your Venmo, find me at Debra-Taitel, and you can you can send that, or I can, yeah, I have several little tip jars here, but a couple people had wanted something other than a QR code. So, but this is on my link tree as well. So let me go back to the chat now that I got out of that. Thank you so much. Did I have that up long enough, Michael? I think you can get it. Yes, PayPal. You can PayPal me. Yes. Jay Lane is in the house. Oh my God. Psychic medium Jay Lane, welcome. I am thrilled that you are here. Gosh, thanks for coming to visit. This woman, I met Jay sometime on Facebook, like a long time ago, and we have been circling around each other for all these years. We have chatted on Skype and done a couple other things, but she is now killing it. One of the most amazing psychic mediums I've ever met. So gentle and lovely. And Jay, if you can put in the comments your information, I am happy um, to have that posted. If you just add it to the comments there, and it'll show up, and I'll put it up. But she is absolutely amazing, just in her own right. So Jay is I think in Canada. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Anyway, back to readings. Let's see. Oh, so Michael said he got goosebumps when you were playing, and that's always how he knows when something is resonating
Fabulous.
like
Thank
that.
you.
So that's awesome.
Was Michael our last request, or did
I'm looking to see if he was our last request. He might have been our last request. So if I am here with psychic pianist John Saxon, if you would like a short little piano reading, pipe up, and we will get you that. Whoever, I mean, John, go check your channel, see if there's anybody on your channel that has requested anything. Otherwise, we can talk about a little ending meditation to wrap up the week. Oh, Michael booted himself off. Right. Michael, just as we were thanking you, you booted yourself off. And see how you are? But you're back. Welcome back. Um, so, yeah, if there's no other requests for a reading, John, can you play either the wrap up of the week really quick before I do a little meditation?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And then you'll play us out at the end.
All
But if
right.
you want to play the energy of the week, because this is a wrap up, so let's go for it.
All right.
Now that is a way to wrap up the week. So, for all of you. And by the way, John, just to let you know, my friend Michael Arrington, who has a way bigger channel than me, just invited you to come on his Psychic Sundays
Oh my goodness.
show. We can go on there together
Oh,
and
okay.
get to, told, yeah, hang with me, babe. We're yes. Yes. Because really it's about getting the word out there. People don't know you do this. I only experienced it once with somebody,
You haven't
you
asked
know, and
yourself.
I've never found that person again.
Oh my goodness.
So what this tells me is that people just need to hear about it and know about you, and it's really truly amazing, and I cannot even thank you enough for being here and agreeing to do this and letting me get my feet wet with like another kind of type of interview and promoting, someone who does something a little bit different, and play with Lewis too, but this is so awesome with the music. Michael's typing so fast. I should just send him a link to pop on, but we're wrapping up. Otherwise I would. But yeah, this has really been something. Thanks so much to Debra for holding space in that background. Yeah, because that was amazing and very much noticed and very appreciated. Um, so with that, well, actually, I haven't talked about anything I'm doing. I have got the most amazing 5-week class series coming up that you can find on my website under the classes. But calling all goddesses here, I am doing a 5-week class series called Embrace the Goddess, Tap into the Power of the Divine Feminine. We are having little subjects like womb with a view, resetting and healing the female matrix. But we are going to have an amazing time at that class. All you have to do is go to my website, and let me actually put that up, spiritlightinsight.com, and go to classes. I think I did not even put it up here because I was getting John's stuff here. Oh, well, that's okay. It's all good for John. But spiritlightinsight.com, go to the classes, go check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. I would love to see you all on the, in the class. I'm doing my best to try and make it all inclusive, but you'll have to forgive this neophyte at that. And I may get some of it wrong, but we're really, it's all about the divine feminine and healing that female energy so that the feminine energies that are coming in, so that we can all be clear and help as that happens. So for now, this is, I feel like there was a Carol Burnett special the other night, but I feel like I almost should sing it out. I'm so glad we had this time together. But Katy Perry sang that there, and I'm not even going there. But I did for a second. But okay, everybody give yourselves a breath and say hello to that sacred space in the center of your head, the seat of your soul. Say hello to your body and how it changed from the time that you got on this feed and listened to this music and got the healing and the vibrations from the music, and how it has shifted to now. Rest your attention behind your eyes, and as you do so, Just say hello to that first chakra, that energy center at the tip of your tailbone. Give yourselves a breath and settle into that space. And as you release the breath, release any energies that no longer serve you, any stress that has stuck with you, and any energies from the week that have been lingering on in your space. Say hello to your feet planted on the floor and each part of your body. Just say hello to your legs and your knees and your pelvis, your belly, your chest, your neck, your head. And say hello to that energy bubble that is your space. And imagine a beautiful gold sun above your head, teeming with life and joy. And you can add to that gold sun some qualities that you would like to have for the week. Maybe just the weekend or the upcoming week, whatever you like. And then give yourself that gold sun. Just bring it in through the top of your head. And let it fill up your whole body. And then once it's filled up your body, just begin to expand that out into your aura. Allow that to expand until you're sitting in the middle of your energy bubble. And then give yourselves another breath and move your attention right behind your eyes again. And begin to move around and just notice your physical body. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take a big stretch. Maybe move side to side. Kind of notice the room. Gently open your eyes and look around. And welcome back. So I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tomorrow, I've actually got a self-reflection Sunday. I have a self-reflection Sunday post coming out for about the aura. What's in your aura? And so that video will be hitting on Sunday morning around 9:30. So click like and subscribe to my channel. I should have said that. At some point, I should have said that. Subscribe to my channel at Debra Taitel. Go to YouTube and at Debra Taitel, but you're here or you're on Facebook. But you can find me. Just put in my name. But thank you all for coming from the bottom and top of my heart. John is gonna play us out, but for now, keep your spirit light in sight, and always remember to shine your light. Hit it, John. Thank you all. Thank you, John, for being here. Thank you, Richard, for the lovely comments and being here. And bye for now. Everyone have a great, wonderful,